arms extra straight. First try. That don't happen often. All right, let's get these fucking 145s. Let's get them over here and ready to bench. Now, you guys are gonna know before me in this moment, just by the name of the video, but there's a chance, a possibility, if you will, that I'm gonna do more than just chest today. Um, Basically, briefly, I'll try to make it brief. Main reason is my shoulder is kind of bothering me. Um, and it's been ever since last week, since last Thursday's chest day. So I'm thinking I might pair chest with triceps today. But the main factor and variable is going to be if my shoulder, how my shoulder feels. So basically, I always play it set to set, but today's going to be even more so. I'm basically thinking if my shoulder can keep up and can handle it, and again, I'm going to just base it on how it feels after each set. If it starts to get worse, obviously triceps will probably be thrown in to make it just a full workout. Because I could come in here, I could do 4 or 5 sets here, whatever I can handle. But then if it starts hurting, so much so that you know, the risk starts to outweigh the benefit, you know, I'll just have to kind of scrap it and go home. Well, I'm sitting here thinking, well, rather than do that, just doing 5 sets or something, whatever it would end up being, why not throw in some triceps? I mean, I've been hitting triceps only once every second week paired with shoulders, but I mean, my elbow feels pretty good actually. So it's like if I have to, I'll just throw in triceps and we'll get a little bit extra tricep work. I mean, what's the harm in that? Really none at all. So it just depends. It's gonna depend how my shoulder feels. Uh, fuck. There's another point I was wanting to make, and it is gone. It has drifted away, and good luck getting that thought back. Fuck. Um. Well, the plan is my plan. There really is no plan at this point. Let's just grab these 145s. I'm gonna do a set. I'm gonna do a set. Let's just go from there. My brain just like quit working for some reason. So you know what? I'm gonna crank the music up, get fucking locked in, and we're just gonna fucking hammer this set out. Man, I'm having trouble locking in for some reason. Come on, man. What the fuck, man? Guys, my chest is just obliterated. This is this has been a growing theme. the past 3 weeks, almost a month, it's just been really. It's like it's not recovering. Again, here I am, fucking. Sounds like I'm in an echo chamber of myself, but I'm kind of. I've probably kind of done it to myself with all the added chest volume. It was gonna hit me sooner or later. It was gonna catch up, and I think I'm at that point. And it's like I can feel it during the warm ups, and I try to convince myself almost. I'm trying to tell myself, nah, it'll buff out. When you start doing your sets, it'll go away. Well, I've done one, and my chest feels fucking annihilated. It's just still sore, like crazy. I mean, the good news is my shoulder felt fine. I mean, the weight is moving a little slower today. It just feel just generally take out the chest soreness, take out the shoulder issue. The weight's just in general feel a little heavier today. But last week at the 145s, I mean, it was a great day on incline bench last Thursday. So that's not always going to be the case. So I mean, I'll keep it going. Even if my shoulder feels fine, like I said, it does at this moment. Just with how sore my chest is, I still might just throw in some triceps. We'll make it a 6-7 set chest day. Throw in 4 to 5 sets of triceps, maybe. I mean, again, I might end up just doing all chest. We'll see how it goes. But one set down, a little on the heavy side today, just with how it feels. I mean, it was heavier than last week, like I said, at least. Uh, we'll do two more, a little bit heavier like this. Try to get. I don't know how many I did in the first set. Was it 10 or 11, something like that? I think. Try to get. I'm trying to remember what I did last week with these. I don't remember. But anyways, do two more, and I got the 120s locked and loaded already right here. We'll swap them out and do a couple with the 120s. You guys know the routine. You know the drill. So I'll do another one here in a minute. All right, whenever I turn it to catch, it's gonna be a good set. Usually it is. Trying to see if I can unlock my secrets here to get me going a little bit. That first set, I just couldn't fucking. I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, once I started pushing the weight, I had no other fucking choice. But trying to get amped up before the lift, it just wasn't happening for some reason. Let's see if this is a different story. I felt better. Took me a second. I kind of needed to feel that out because very briefly I got a little nauseous. Oof. But now that's kind of settled down a little bit. That it definitely felt. Do I want to say lighter? Yeah, I think so. Or at least I just felt more comfortable with it. Maybe I was a little more ready. All right, let me do one final set with these 145s, and then I'll go a little lighter. Try to get some higher reps. Fuck. I keep getting in my own fucking head today. It's like I just can't. I don't know, man. I just can't fucking get into it. Probably because I'm worried about too many things. My shoulder. Although, again, it's not an excuse. It actually feels, compared to how it felt before I warmed up, it actually feels pretty good. But my chest is still extremely sore from Monday's workout. I don't know. I think I'm just overthinking everything right now. So basically, let's put these 145s back. I've done my 3 sets, a little on the heavier side. Let's go down to the 120s. I'll bang out a couple more, and then hopefully I can kind of, you know what I mean, just kind of fucking get all the thoughts out of my head for the most part, and just fucking get a good workout. Sometimes I overthink it a lot, but maybe I think that's been part of my success in building my physique, but also sometimes, not often, but sometimes it can, I wouldn't even say hinder me, but just slow me down a little bit, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, let's do these fucking 120s. Let me just shut up. No, fucking cocksucker. I really wanted that last rep. I think I was taking it too lightly. Literally, got a little too cocky there. It's like a cat playing with its food, you know? And it fucking got away from me. All right, let me what do I want to do? Drop set with? I don't know, something. If I wait too much longer, it's not gonna be a drop set. Yeah. Not this time. I wasn't gonna let that happen twice. All right, I was not gonna get stumped on the final rep twice in a row like that. At least that's easy to say now because I got it. Had I not gotten it, obviously that would have shut me the fuck up. But all right, now it's decision time. Um, do I just want to do chest, or I could do some triceps right now? Like I said, maybe 4 to 5 sets, and then finish with maybe like some kind of chest fly, 3 sets, and that'll probably be it. Either that or just do all chest. Let me put all these weights back. Hopefully, by the time I'm done doing that, I will have made a decision. If not, well, it's either that or I don't continue to work out, and that is not a choice. So this is going to be a very, very touchy thing here. I did one little fail out set with the 60-pound dumbbells. Again, I don't need to warm up. I've done 5 sets of bench with a drop set. I'm warm, but just to get acclimated to a tricep movement, I grabbed the 60s. I had to do like almost 10 reps because my elbow, it's so hit and miss, man, and it drives me nuts. But my elbow was kind of feeling a little rough, and I figured after doing bench, I mean, call me crazy, I would have figured my elbow would be a little loosened up and warm. But again, it's just kind of goes to prove, even though I'm warm, every movement is unique to itself. So, I mean, did I really need to grab the 60s and do that? Probably not. But it is a good idea in my opinion, yes. Because now my elbow's gonna be a little more loose and a little more ready for these 80s. But yeah, if it's not obvious now, again, and by the title of the video, like I said, you guys are gonna know way before I did. But yeah, I'm gonna do some dumbbell skull crushers, probably 4 sets, as long as my elbow will allow me. Um, do I want to do drop set? I'll figure that out when I get to the fourth one. Let me just plan on doing 4 unscathed with a great pump. And if all those boxes are checked, then yeah, I'll throw in a drop set. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, which is another thing I tend to fucking do. So let's see how this first one feels. Whoa. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. It's pretty apparent that I don't do triceps with my chest a lot anymore. At least this, because that felt way heavier than it usually does. I mean, I'm usually cranking out 12 reps, um, and I struggle to even do 8. Wow. That again, my elbow was, it was rough. I was trying to go slow and just as safe as I could. So maybe that was part of it too. I'll try one more of these 80s, and if it's still just too much, I'll go down to like 70s or something and do a couple more, just like 2 back down sets, same as my chest. So I'll try one more, and we'll see. I can handle one more. I think I'll do one more with those, and then just do one back down set. Maybe paired to the drop set too. That shit definitely feels heavier today. I guess my triceps, a little more fatigued from that pressing than I thought, which makes sense. All right, I'll try one more of these 80s. Gotta bring my energy up here. I'm getting too down in the dumps because I'm underperforming just slightly. That's all it is, just slightly. But that's all it takes from me anymore. I guess I'm a freaking, you know, wear my feelings on my sleeve, but it's just with myself and the way I perform in the gym. That's really the only thing that dictates my moods anymore. The gym. If I have a good day or a bad day. But I got to keep reminding myself it's not always about how much weight. You obviously want to progress and get stronger over time. And, sometimes even over time can be quicker, longer. It's just depends on a lot of variables outside of the gym as well. But, you know, it's not every day that you're going to come in here and fucking hit a PR or even close to it. Sometimes it's just about continuously, consistently putting in the work, and then that down the road it's going to show itself. So no PRs today, but just good solid work. I'm gonna do these 80s one more time. All right, I'll grab the 70s, do one more, see if I feel like doing a drop set with it. But for sure, one more with the 70s. So what I do on these with the 80s, I think I did the first set was rough. That was fucking rough. I think I only did 8, and then 9, and 9 or 10 again on the third set. So my theory is kind of right. My elbow got a little more acclimated and comfortable, and I could just perform better and I actually did better on the last two than the first one. So I'm thinking, I'm dropping 10 pounds each arm, 11 or 12 with these 70s. See if I'm right. Yeah, why not? I'll do a drop set. I'm only doing 4 sets of triceps for the whole week, and usually it's only every 2 weeks. So I'll go back to 40s or something and do some more. Okay. That was awesome, actually. Especially if I judged it off how the first one felt and went. After the first one, I was like, "Whew, this might be rough," but I ended pretty good. All right, man. Let's finish this out with a little more chest. See where I'm at. So, you guys know how sacred my chest days are to me. Um, so for me to actually throw some triceps in today, I mean, it's not that big of a fucking deal. But here I am making being a drama queen that I am, kind of making a big deal of it. But honestly, chest days for me are by far, yeah, probably by far my favorite day to train. The pumps are, they're just the best for me. Because if you think about it, I've said this before, if you get a good bicep pump, say you're training arms, biceps, and triceps, yeah, your arms are pumped, but what about your chest and your shoulders? And when I train chest, I mean, yes, mainly my chest is pumped, but my shoulders get a little pumped, my triceps get a little pumped, and that's kind of like almost a whole. But other than back, and even in my biceps to an extent, if you do a lot of flies, you got to lock in. I mean, you're gonna get some bicep activation, um, almost as a complementary muscle to your tricep. But I mean, a chest pump to me is one of one. Like it's the best. Um, so yeah, in the theme of actually doing something different on what is usually just a solo chest day because I love chest training that much. I'm gonna do something here that I have not done in a while. Now, is it that much different than a pec deck? No, but I've changed the angle, so I'm coming slightly from a upward position, and I'm gonna come down slightly, to hit the lower chest a little more with it. It's still gonna be a lot of mid chest, but I want a little lower chest too, because again, this might be the last thing I do. So if that's the case, you know, I've hit upper chest already. I want to get mid and lower, kind of in one if I can. And I'm not gonna go crazy heavy. This is just about good reps. Obviously, if I'm getting good reps, then I still need to add a little weight or take a little weight off. I will, but I'd imagine this is probably pretty good. Like a around 12, hopefully. I think I'm just off my game a little today. Almost everything has felt awkward and off. But I'll throw in the excuse here that I have not done this in a long time. So I think I was just a little rusty. That actually might have been a little too heavy. I'm gonna go count the reps back, and I have no problem going a little lighter if I have to. Um, I'll count them and see. I don't know yet. I barely got 11, but you know what? I don't even want to sit down yet. Um, I'm kind of okay with it. I'm gonna do a drop set after two more sets here, and the drop set, I'll make up for it with all the reps lost, if you will. But 11 reps, I mean, maybe I'll do 9 or 10 here, around 9 again on the third one. That's actually, I'm okay with that today. Fuck it. It doesn't always have to be cookie cutter, same thing every time, 12 to 15. Generally, yes, I like to have it like that on my accessory stuff after the big compound lifts, but not every time. Okay, another chest workout done. Another step closer to the ultimate goal. What is the ultimate goal? Well, I mean, to put it plain and simple, to have a chest like Arnold, the great Arnold. I think pound for pound, he probably had the best chest ever. Um, and honestly, you could probably take out even the pound for pound part. I think just overall, he had the best chest probably ever. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of that just comes down to your genetics. Can you improve? Yes, just like you can improve anything. But to have a chest like that, I mean, yeah, it takes hard work, some know-how, and also genetics. Um, I mean, his chest was crazy. The fullness, the shape, fucking nuts, dude. So am I ever gonna achieve that? Probably not. That's okay. Um, just something to keep me going. And if I fucking when I croak at the end and I'm 6 feet under, at least I can say I tried. There's only one Arnold, so is there any shame in not ever reaching that? Um, no, I don't think so. But anyways, before I lose it, let's check this pump out. All right, so I'm like another week. I think one more week of this 60-day blitz, and I will be halfway done. I've noticed some differences, but honestly, I'm hoping for more in the final 4 weeks. Um, I may even have to ramp it up a little more on the days that I am cutting pretty hard already. Again, for anyone who doesn't know, 6 days of the week, actually, we'll say like 5.5. 5.5 days of the week, I am extremely cutting. There's some days I don't even get 2,000 calories. It fluctuates from day to day. Some days I need a little more just to keep me going through work and stuff. But it's between 1,800 and 2,300 calories. Sunday, starting on Sunday afternoon till Friday midday, and on Friday night, after work, first day of the weekend, of course, I like to give myself a little bit to cheat there, and then all day Saturday I cheat. Um, could it be better? Yes, but I'm not actually prepping for a show, so I want to save that for when I actually do prep. Because even Chris Bumstead and guys like that would say, and Ronnie would say, you typically only peak once each year. So if I did a hard cut, almost the approach of like I'm going for a bodybuilding show right now, in 8 weeks or something, or 12 weeks, um, if I had to replicate that again in 5, 6 months, could I do it? I don't know, but I'd rather just save it for that. You know what I mean? So this is kind of like just a cut close to what I would be doing, just to get a taste and just to kind of tighten me up a little bit, tighten up some screws. Um, and then I'll do a nice little short 2 to 3 month bulk probably. Um, and then hopefully right into the show. But yeah, other than that, good chest and tricep day. Like I said earlier, no PRs, nothing like that. Just another consistent day, which is where your bread is going to be buttered, if you will. Um, the longer you train, the more you're gonna have days like this. And can that be kind of what most people don't want to hear? Yeah, but it's just consistent work, man. It's not always gonna be. I always say it's not always gonna be memorable, but if you have your goals set, something to strive toward. I always like to have long-term goals and then short-term goals, so you have kind of each to look for and to chase. Um, but yeah, if you have your goals set and kind of your eyes on the prize, that old cliche, you know, the not always having an exciting workout or a PR hit, it's okay. You become okay with it because the grand scheme of things, there's kind of bigger fish to fry. You know. But anyways, I'm done. I'm gonna go knock out my cardio, and I'm actually done for the week. This is the week where I get 2 rest days. My shoulder is probably gonna like that, hopefully, a lot. So I won't be back until Sunday for back. So until then, don't get too crazy out there.